Hey, I'm Grace,
And I'm Kendall,
and we're
Adventuring
Adventuring Lakeland.
and we're down here at Lake Mirror with some coffee from Mitchell's. I got the pumpkin spice latte,
I got the sweater weather latte.
iced, of course, because
Yes.
it's not actually sweater weather.
No.
But we are here to dip our toes into some Halloween spirit, starting with Lake Mirror and the mysterious gates.
Ah.
All right, so we're here at Lake Mirror, and that's what it was originally called because of all the trees and undergrowth and all the plants that were around it. And it surrounded Lakeland early on, and then they noticed that the water was very clear and mirror-like, so that's where it got its name, the Lake Mirror. The part behind us here, the gates, is called a loggia, and it's Italian for lodge. So it was originally meant to be a stage, and it never really got there. It never had the ticket booth or anything like that, and it eventually went into disrepair. So it was rebuilt in the 1980s.
It said that behind us is just storage. However, I like to believe that it's actually the entrance to the tunnels, and other people also agree.
Did you know that the tunnels, they said that it was for the prominent people to sneak into the hotel terrace
Oh,
so they could have trysts? And
what? Oh boy. Grandma and Grandpa. Great Grandma and Grandpa.
right? So, or maybe it was prohibition, we don't know, but it's still unconfirmed that the tunnels may not be there, but I like to think they are. And some people believe that this is home to Blinky, the unofficial mascot of Lakeland. Blinky was also known as One-Eyed Joe. He had one eye and 3 feet, and people loved Blinky. He was beloved. And one person thought that it would be fun to give him a big old kiss right on the snoot, and they did, and didn't get hurt, but there was a photo taken of it, and the Fish and Game and Wildlife got a hold of the photo, and they removed Blinky. They put him over at Homosassa Springs, and there's already a territory taken over by a 1,000-pound crocodile named Jake, and they had a scuffle, and Blinky didn't make it, or so they say. But I don't know, there's 2 big doors on either side of this. I think Blinky could be tagged out,
That'd be pretty cool.
right?
There's also stories that lions were kept back there, and that's where they would feed all the criminals back in the day. So that would be pretty crazy. Also, that's our friend the Limpkin.
He wanted to be part of this,
Yeah. That's who you hear screaming in the background.
eating his apple snails.
Yep. So now for the ghosty part of it. So back in the day, there was said that there was a man that came out here, and he met this beautiful woman. She was just standing here somewhere on these steps looking out over the lake, and he came up, and they had this whole long evening. It was beautiful, and fell madly in love. And after he left her company, he realized that no time had passed, like no time at all. And so he left, and he came back the next day and looked for her. He couldn't find her anywhere. He looked for her for a while, and I don't know how long, but one night she was back, and he was like, oh, this is great. And he was asking her questions. He was like, did time stand still for you? Like, what happened? And she just like looked out over the lake. She didn't say anything. She didn't respond to him. And night after night he'd come back, and she would be there just staring out at the lake, and he just continued to fall more and more in love with her. And then one night she was gone, and he was distraught. And then the next day he looked in the newspaper, and there she was. A decomposed body had been found in the lake, and he was so distraught that it was her that he came to these gates and offed himself. And so that's the story. And it's also said that you can still see them sometimes at night walking around in front of the gates.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to say, every time he saw her, time was standing still. So
That's crazy.
yeah.
Huh. Okay, so maybe it's storage. Maybe that's just where all the garden tools are kept for Hollis Gardens. Maybe that's the entrance to the tunnels. Maybe there's long travesty of love. All I know is there are reports that the ground in there, if you stomp in different places, it does sound hollow. So make your own conclusion. We're adventuring Lakeland.
Thank you for adventuring with us.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to our Lake Mirror adventure. Here's what the gates and lake look like now and in the old days.